to bring the 4020 in and swap the main hydraulic pump. Still got the disc more on the back, but I'll just back into that stall quick, change the pump, good for field work. All right, so I got this pump rebuilt, and I hope he's good to go. Everything looked really good. It was really dirty inside. Called for fertilizer, so until the fertilizer gets here, we're going to keep plugging away. Got the front axle rolled away. Make yourself a little T-stand like that. That is a real lifesaver. What happens here, without that stand, this casting wants to fall backwards, and there's nothing holding these wheels together. So if this part falls, your wheels can go one way together, you know, left or right, or sometimes they can split the difference and they both go out or in on you. If you don't have that stand, then put a bar in here, a shaft that fits tight in there, and you can push down, and it doesn't take much effort at all. Just a little bit of push down, and you can walk that axle right out and then have a block or a stump to set it on. To me, this is a way faster way. There's the pump there. I got it disconnected and dripping. To me, it's tremendously faster to just, 15 minutes to roll that axle out, and then an hour of dinking around to drop that pump. You got a lot of little things, you got your coupler up here to disconnect from the engine, and it's going to be dripping on you the whole time, so it can drip while I go to the bathroom or do some other stuff, play Trivia Pursuit, and then when it's done, then we'll come back and drop it out. But it's a pretty straightforward job. There we have it. There it is. We'll roll it out. Swap pump and bracket, put the new pump on the bracket. Lift it back in. And fertilizer will be here any minute, so we'll go do that quick. And come back and finish this. Oh, sorry. And then maybe let's wrap a bale tonight. Well, we got some gorgeous weather. It's hot, it's windy, it's in the upper 70s. Delivery of fertilizer came. We got the new pump in and mostly done. Got just a couple fittings to hook up, and then slide that axle underneath and get her going. But I don't trust this weather, and I gotta get, you gotta get stuff done. So we'll get this on here and get going. And we're spreading it. The wheat, you can see the little rows. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see the zoom in. You can kind of see the streaks just coming up. Oh yeah, gonna be beautiful. I don't do a whole lot of small grains for combining. They're just not done in the area like they used to be. And so to me, I look at this little bit of a rolly field and think, man, later this summer when that wheat is waving in a breeze, that is just pure beauty. And so, yeah, I got some sulfur and a little nitrogen. The University of Minnesota had some papers out this spring that said for small grains, if you're getting small grains in late, up the population some, because they won't tiller like they normally would. And then they also said in our area to get your nitrogen on very early, because there isn't enough growing season, that if you bring the nitrogen on later, there won't be enough time for the nitrogen to get to the plant and the plant to get it up and use it. And so we're putting on just a little touch of nitrogen. We're a 35 bushel wheat area, so there's no reason to get silly with nitrogen trying to swing, or with any any fertility inputs, like you're going to grow 200 bushel wheat. So we'll just a touch of nitrogen and a touch of sulfur, a little urea AMS mix, and oh, here comes a mud spot. Here comes a mud spot. Boy, oh boy. Geez, just think, if I was a YouTube influencer, I'd be wallowing around in this mud spot. But no, I got healthy soil, not dead dirt. When this field was dead dirt, we got stuck right on the knob right here with the 8820 combine, and not too far from where we're at right now with the Massey, and we had the 8450 and the 4555 on stretch ropes going out the back trying to get the Massey out of the hole. That was one of the only times I ever got that 8820 stuck, and that one made me kind of nervous, because by the time I got him stuck, I did not know whether or not the 8450 would be able to get back here with just a gravity wagon, or by itself, but just a gravity wagon to get the combine unloaded and to get some weight off of the combine. And oh yeah, they're right here is where he went down, boy. That was not funny, because the left side of the bean head, with the feeder house all the way up, the left side of the bean head was almost touching the ground. And I go, oof, that ain't good. That ain't good. But the landlords let me, so you can kind of see this dark streak here, and then it continues, and then there's some washouts right there, and then it goes down towards the interstate, or the highway there. And the landlord, he said, this summer after the week comes off, I can hire in right here at the building as a construction guys. I can bring them in with their dozer, clean up these draws, redo several waterways and that wet spot over there to get that water to get off the field. Yeah. So, that's the anecdote for today's video, I guess. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Oh boy, that looks nice. You know what's really cool is how that field is handling all the water now. It is really super cool. But yeah, so let's it's already getting late in the evening or afternoon. I don't know what you call it, but it's already after 6 o'clock. Jeez, where does the time go? Well, there's our chemical. We went and got our chemical for the year. That's it for all my corn and bean acres. 2 little tiny pieces, 2 little pallets for 700 acres of farming. I think that is extremely efficient chemical use. And yeah. So, all right, back to work. Here's your tip of the day. So here's that banjo fitting that sits on top of your hydraulic pump, and it uses this little tiny O-ring, and you've got this hollow bolt. So it looks like a very big, heavy bolt when it's sitting on top of your pump, but it's hollow, so don't torque it to 900 pounds. But this little O-ring fits, you can see kind of that little shoulder or lip right there. Put a glob of grease all the way around that thing, and hopefully then you can feel the O-ring sit into the groove, and it will stay there, and then we'll lay this back flat, and there's just a little gap of light. So we drop the bolt through, and then we can look at our gap of light and make sure that the O-ring is still there, that we didn't lose the O-ring anywhere. Well, I had great visions of grandeur that I would finish this and get it hooked up to the wrapper and the Massey on the baler, and a couple bales made and a couple bales wrapped yet tonight, but it's not happening. I still got to drop rear end oil, change the filters, change engine oil and filters. Got a new air filter coming, a new weep line coming. It just never ends, does it? But she's a good old horse. And, I got to flip the sway blocks. So at some point later this summer, I can get new barrels put in the couplers. It literally really just never ends. This never ends. So, yeah, with that said, let's go home and have some porterhouse steaks, and we will pick this up tomorrow.